We're just going to turn shadow off so he doesn't beat the crap out of us. Although we didn't do too bad there. So let's close this. We're going to get right into it. Those are kill shots. We'll go over that some other time. Let's see here. So we want to go to reference files. So the Shadow AI is a modular system. I can plug in one of these folders anytime to build his brain, to enhance his brain. And each one of these folders is a new set of moves, and they're numbered here 0001, 02, such and such and such. And as you can see, it's, each folder right now doesn't really have that many moves. I gave him the base moves necessary in order to develop the code, the artificial intelligence. Well, I can show you that actually. So it's made in Game Maker. Pull up the AI scripts here real quick. This is the main AI script, and all this algorithm that you're seeing here, the moves I used to develop that are here. What we're going to do today is actually we're going to go through these moves, and we're going to see what we've got so far, and then we're going to try and decide what we need to add to Shadow's control of Omega. And then after that, we're going to teach Shadow how to control the Omen Knight, which is the other character that's fully complete in the game. So let's get down to it here. This is the reference files. What I've done is I've made readable versions. The machine version is just basically just numbers, and it's a little bit harder to read, although it is readable. But I go ahead and export, or let the game spit out a version that's easier for me to read, in text-based form. So that's what this is here. So let's go back. So block breaker, one shot, transition, stay put. So to understand this, you're actually going to have to understand a little bit about fighting, because this game is made based on real fighting, the fighting I know. And so in fighting, there's actually three parts to any move. There is the initiator, there is the execution. So initiation, execution, and transition. And then the transition type changes depending on what you want to do. If you want to follow up, you go forward and attack more, or you want to come back, and there's a lot of stuff in between all of that, which we'll get to eventually. But today, what we want to do is kind of keep in mind what the current moves are made for, so we know if there's any gaps to fill, or just any fun stuff we want to put in for Shadow to do against you. And so really, the way I think about fighting is mainly based on the transition. Initiation and execution, initiation is your setup, how you set the opponent up to land the move that you are going to do when you execute. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. Of course, the execution part is pretty much already taken care of, because all the moves are motion captured now. And really, the transitions are really the thing that we need to keep in mind. And right now we've got I think 4 transitions. So you can, after you're done with your execution, you can stay put. You can push them back, so back them off and stay put. You can go back, or you can back them off and pressure forward. When I program, you'll see that sometimes things aren't categorically related and numerically related. Sometimes there's something in between. I do everything chronologically, pretty much. So, or autobiographically, I guess you could say. So, stay put was the first thing I came up with. Then back them off was second. Then back out, and then this. Now, obviously, back them off and back them off, these are together, and logically it would seem better to have this one as number 2 and this one as number 3, but I don't go back. It's kind of one of my secrets to success is I try not to go back and redo things that creates inefficiencies and slows you down. I just try to keep moving forward. So So stay put, obviously, you can hit somebody, stay put. You can back them off and stay put. You can back them off and go forward, or you can just go back. I suppose you could back them off and back out as well, but that's kind of redundant, and in fighting, it's a waste of energy. And if you've ever fought before, you know that energy conservation is extremely important. And it's extremely important in the game, and with the stamina bar and the burst meter bar, which we'll go over. We'll go over that at some point, because that's all related to real fighting energy. So this all makes sense. You can really consolidate this down to say, stay put, back out, or pressure forward. Really, is the way you could think about it. Because that's really the options you have. And of course, in 3 dimensions, you also go side to side. But that's really just another form of backing off or staying put, depending on the situation. So I like 2D fighting games, which is why I made a 2D fighting game, because it simplifies the control and it has a more realistic translation to my real life fighting experiences, as far as the timing and the rhythm goes. When you add that 3rd dimension in a fighting game, it slows things down to not be realistic to the rhythm of actual fighting, in my experience, of course. So I definitely like the 2D experience for sure. So okay, so that's strike control, and that comes from my real life strike control. That's why it's called that. So we let's go through these moves here.